Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. We're finally getting onto the upload that I really wanted to do. Right, so here I have a skull mould. Right, please don't worry about the staining, it's just from previous makes. It's an old mould, but it's because it's still got its gloss interior. I'm kind of happy to use it. So, what has the skull got to do with Reptile Week? Well, not sure if you've heard of skull mortality. Skull mortality is to do with it's like rebirth of life and death, basically. So I thought, what could I do that was different? I'm sure it's been done, but I've not done it. So I'm going to coil this snake. I'm going to coil it up in the bottom and make it look like the head is coming just below the eye, if it's possible. And that symbolises birth and death, basically, in mythology. So I'm going to be using the deep cast resin, 2:1 by Apex, because this type of mould, you're best off using a deep pour. Their deep pour can be poured up to 30 centimetres, which is amazing, as some only use up to 4 inches, which is around about 10 centimetres. This one 30 centimetres, and I can just do a whole fill without having to worry about it. Then I'll put that on my heat mat on a low temperature. It'll take about 4 to 6 hours, so this is going to be a late upload this evening. So I'm just going to get my PPE kit on and my mask, gloves, etc., and then I'll be back. Right, so I have my Apex resin mix. This is, as I said, the 2:1, so I did 100 mils of part A and 200 mils of part B. There isn't an A and B. Basically, A is the smaller bottle, B is the larger bottle. The larger the bottle, the more that goes in it. And on here, I don't have any brown mica powder that would look kind of nice, so I thought ruby might look nice. Is it kind of like a browny colour? So I'm just going to go around the teeth and around the back of the skull in the mica powder. Let me get my gloves on. Just take a makeup brush or a paintbrush, whichever is easiest for you. And just put that on there like that. Any of the residue of the mica powder that is on the inside the skull, I can wipe that off with a baby wipe, not a problem. Same as my mat. Anybody who works with mica powders know mica powders are terrible for making a mess. So I'm just coming into there, and I basically just want to I don't want to go too far in. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it within the camera angle and it's a little difficult. I didn't want to start putting my hands inside and dislodging all the mica powder stuff, to do it all again and it all splash everywhere. Right, while I'm on, I just want to make you aware that those who are new to my channel, I do have a special needs son who is autistic, who will run his vacuum in the background and will scream and shout. Now, I'm not being rude or anything like that, but he is special needs, which means he's got a disability. He's disabled, so please show a bit of consideration when complaining on my post about the background noise and unsubscribing from my channel. I just find it a bit disrespectful and rude. I shouldn't have to apologise to viewers for background noise when I've explained in most uploads I do have special needs children. I have 2 of them who are special needs, but if you're going to complain, I'm just going to be deleting messages, and in fact I have actually put a restriction on so that people cannot be horrible, because things like that are not welcome on my group, on my channel. I think it's disgusting that people would actually complain when I'm always saying, please be aware of the background noise. I have a disabled child. You know, I can't help that he's disabled. It's just one of them. And if people are going to be rude and ignorant, then please unsubscribe, because you're not welcome. I'd rather have no views than somebody slating my son in the background. And I think anybody who has a heart would fully understand. Right, so I've cleaned all the surplus off the inside, so I'm just showing you what I was doing. I was just basically get a baby wipe and just wipe it off. I know some YouTubers do not recommend baby wipe because of all the moisturiser in them. These are basically just water wipes. There's nothing in them whatsoever. They're just water wipes. Because my children have allergies, so not that they're in nappies, but mucky hands and all that. So basically I just use water wipes, and it prevents any breakout of allergies from moisturisers, etc. Right, so I just took and cleaned out that. This should be fun. Right, I've never done this before. I've not even attempted to put the snake in. I've just jumped straight in it. Right, so because we're upside down, obviously that's the top of the skull, so I need to put this in upside down. So basically I need to coil it around the best I can and then submerge it in there, and hopefully it will fit without any problems. Right, here goes. Also, doing things like this saves resin, because I will, it saves resin because of the volume that the snake will give. This is going to misshape my skull, I think. Yeah, look at his face. It looks like a Cheshire cat. Just ignore me. I'm tired today, so I've got the giggles. I'm trying to not let this. Why on earth would I buy a 60cm snake to put in the finger? I did buy one, but you want to see what they sent. I had to send off for another one. The first one I bought, honestly, it said 15 centimetres. It wasn't 15 centimetres. That was in length. It was like an S shape. It was about that big, which wouldn't have been any good. I think that's the best I'm going to get it at. Looks a bit better there. Alright, so I need to get my brush again and my mica powders. That was funny, that. I apologise for giggling. It just made me giggle. And then everything that we've taken off by accident, we just fill back in. Sorry, I'm just colouring this in. I just need to be up close so I can see where I'm actually putting it on. Right, so that's that. Oh, I'm just gonna fill it. Let me just give this a wipe and then put my lid back on this if I can find it. Oh, I'll just put that to one side. So this has a work time, this resin, of 90 minutes and does have a cure time of 16 hours to 48 hours. So that's why I'm using a heat mat, just to give a lower time. So I'm just going to run this down off my stick nice and slowly, and this just enables bubbles, etc. If you do it really slowly, the bubbles that are in the resin will pop upon hitting the resin. Not all deep pore resins will accept a heat mat. Some of them react and flash cure very quickly. So I have used this resin a few times at the moment, so I haven't got any worries about using the heat mat. As long as it's on a low setting for a few hours, then it shouldn't flash cure. I think because it's just uncoiling. Right, I'm going to leave that to sit for an hour. I'm going to let it debubble and then I'll put it on my heat mat. Sorry about that, that was just my alcohol spray dropping on the floor. And I'm going to have a play around with this to see if I can actually fix it. Right, I shall see you later for demold. Bye. Right, so I thought I'd just come on and explain what's happened. The mica powder and the resin kind of make a sludge on the edges of the band where I'd put the mica powder, and it was making the snakes more slippery, should I say. So I had to take all the resin out, and then I had to clean it out, clean the snake, and then put it back in, and I managed to get it coiled in. But mica powder inside, so it's just a clear skull. So apologies for the uncoloured skull, but lesson learnt: don't buy anything that's a meter long. Okay, I'll be back for demold. Bye. Hey everyone, I'm back and we are now fully cured. So I'm going to demold this. Not that it's turned out how I wanted it to, because it is still quite wide. So, and there are quite a few bubbles. So just bear with me while I find my spray. Just in case I can't get the mould out, I'll use a bit of alcohol spray just to help make it a bit slidier. I'm just pulling this towards my tummy just to help to demold it. This just breaks the seal on the mould. I know it's not going to be how I wanted it to turn out, because obviously I had the issues with the mica powder. But how I managed to get that snake coiled and stayed put, I'll never know. Sorry, I'm demoulding it from here. And there we go. We have a snake infused mould to represent mortality. We do have a few bubbles, and they're just round, I'll show you in a minute, just round the edges here at the back. And we also have some here. I have seen this on Claire's Crafty Corner, where she's poured the resin in and the inside has prevented the resin from sinking down, but that's okay. It doesn't take away from the actual overall effect. I can fill that up with UV resin. So anyway guys, comment in the comment box and let me know what you think. Please like, comment and subscribe if you've not already done so. That would help my channel out immensely. And I shall say good night and see you on the next upload tomorrow. Good night.